Hi, I'm the Sailing Hound, and you may know me from absolutely nowhere. And I'm here today to tell you about Jazzpunk. Do you like quirky block games? Do you like spy games? Then this is the game for you. All you need to do is to open the door!
If you've been around YouTube for a long time, you might have heard of Jazzpunk, as countless YouTubers made a playthrough of this game, such as the Bridge Guide,
What a lovely person.
the Bite of 87 Dude, and the one that is going to take one for the team as the ultimate scapegoat if the Bloodborne movie underperforms. You know, back in the day you had to force people to get to the guillotine. Now you just get them to sign a contract and they willingly put their heads in there. A comedic first-person spy adventure game developed by Necrophone Games, published by Adult Swim, and released for PC in 2014, Jazzpunk is a one-of-a-kind game that feels like a fever dream. It mixes a lot of genres in one package without the intention of ever being serious, throwing out a lot of gags and parodying multiple movies and games throughout its story. The game follows the story of Polyblank, a silent protagonist who is a member of a top-secret espionage agency that has its headquarters located inside an abandoned subway, in the fictional location of Japanada during the 50s in an alternate reality retro-futuristic setting, where the Empire of Japan controls most of North America. Polyblank is mailed to the espionage agency in a totally not suspicious human-shaped suitcase and then is given multiple contracts by the agency's chief. His missions begin with him taking a prescription medicine that takes him to the mission's location. It is basically the CIA's LCD tests, but with less agents jumping out of windows in suspicious conditions. In his first mission, he must infiltrate the Soviet consulate to recover a data cartridge. To do so, he must enter the building, adjust the consulate's clock pointer to 12 PM so the guards can go out to eat lunch, leaving Polyblank free to take a construction elevator to the building's research lab level. He must then interact with a computer, which gives him access to a secret red room that has a table with a red telephone and a box of Comrade Crunch. He must then open the box and shake it until he finds a whistle with a 26 Hz sound frequency, which lets him activate the phone, which in turn ejects the cartridge so he can pick it up.
If this sounds surreal to you, well, it's because it is.
For the second mission, Polyblank must poison a cowboy eating at a Japanese restaurant to retrieve his artificial kidney. In order to do so, he must collect spiders around the map to throw into the restaurant, scaring the staff member that blocks the kitchen's door, who has arachnophobia. Then picking up a fugu fish to spray its poison on the cowboy's dish. For the third one, Polyblank must find a man named the Editor at the Kaitak Resort. First, he must disguise himself as a woman to approach the Editor at the hotel's dining area and steal his briefcase. The Editor, however, sees through this disguise and tricks Polyblank into drinking a laced drink, which causes him to fall unconscious. He then wakes up and finds a conspiracy theorist telling him that the hotel is a simulation and to break it one must kill and cook a mechanical pig that circles around the hotel. Polyblank does so and surprisingly it works. He is then taken to a digital maze and after leaving it, he finds himself back at the subway station, only to find out that the director and his secretary were kidnapped by the Editor. To save them, he must defeat the Editor in multiple games, including tennis on a Virtual Boy. And even though it is a parody, the red and black screen still makes me want to gouge my eyes out. The Editor, however, cheats and declares himself the winner. Polyblank must then gift him trophies to appeal to his ego, inflating him and popping him like a balloon. Polyblank then saves the director but accidentally turns him into a crocodile, getting devoured in the process. The credits of the game then play inside the director's digestive system, and Polyblank takes another capsule of his prescription medicine to leave, ending the game. The general gameplay matches the insanity of the storyline. Besides the surreal segments of the main story, there are also a lot of funny side quests that often delve into completely different game genres, making the game one of the most chaotically diverse experiences you can get. In the first mission, you get a side quest to degauss pigeons and then eat one of them that carries top secret information to smuggle it into the next level.
Fucking knew it. These birds are government spies!
In another side quest, you get to help a frog in cracking the password for the Wi-Fi of a nearby Starbucks by helping him go across the road to pick up his password cracker and then collecting data packets by catching them with a frog tongue as if they were flies. There are also a lot of things to check out around the map, such as the radioactive fish diner, the Xerox park, chewing bubblegum, degaussing citizens, spraying them with pigeon pheromone, and performing your best rendition of Cape Fear. In the second level, one of the side quests has Polyblank connecting to a data terminal and then meeting a group of cyberpunks that hate corporations and plan to rob a bank. To do so, they tell you to assemble a sneezeware, a weapon that unleashes viruses on those who meet the end of its barrel, and can inhale cash from the vaults. After a successful heist, Polyblank leaves the crew behind, taking all the cash with him. Another side quest has Polyblank detecting replicants, not to be confused with Blade Runner's replicants, by taking photos of them to reveal their true nature. And another one has him fighting totally not Macho Man Randy Savage for the world title of Ultimate Heavy Champion. Other notable interactions include unleashing on a guard who wields a familiar looking red glowing sword, a pie jamming with a crow, throwing a katana in the face of a courier, a praying mantis lemonade stand that, I don't think it had any lemonade in it. And I guess this is what they meant by human instrumentality. The third level is more straightforward than the first shoot, so only the James Bond reference, the Street Fighter car bonus stage reference, and the metal detector side quests are notable. In the side quest, you go around the beach trying to find treasures, but as per usual, I found a bug instead. It wouldn't be my video if I didn't find a bug. Every game. The quest sounds kinda lame on paper, but it unlocks my favorite mode in this game by far. A fully functional Quake parody, Wedding Quake, that has wedding guests, grooms and brides, fighting with weapons such as champagne, and a wedding cake minigun. This game mode is a lot of fun, and honestly, I wish it was a real multiplayer game. I, for one, would play it. While fun, Jazzpunk is a pretty short game, easily beaten with a 100% completion rate within 2 to 3 hours. In a way, this is a good thing, as the game doesn't overstay its welcome. But it also makes so the game ends up feeling like it's a bit of a side note game, that you beat once and never think about it again. It is a funny game, but its details don't stick in your mind for a long time. The story being nonsensical is part of the game's comedic aspect, but that same nonsense also makes it particularly forgettable. Things happen fast in a detached manner. So, after a week of playing it, I had already forgotten about the story details and most of its gags. Jazzpunk being a funny game that a lot of YouTubers did a playthrough back in the day did help it sell some copies, but it also put the game in this awkward spot where it was probably funnier to watch than to play. A huge part of it is its humor. It just becomes a short game with non-riveting gameplay that just falls into the realm of forgotten games. Despite being very short and simple, Jazzpunk is still a very fun game and one of the most unique game experiences that I've ever played through. The game constantly goes on sale on Steam for very cheap prices, so it's always worth checking it out. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe and leave a comment. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.